Hello everybody, Aino here, and welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Last episode, Tomitake died. Sucks to be him, but he won't be the last. I get a feeling this is coming to an end sometime soon. Maybe another 3-4 chapters? Let's see. Yeah, there's only 3 more save things, so I'm going to assume that there's only 3 more chapters. 8, 9, and 10. That because it seems like it's getting pretty close to where it should be, where it should end. KG, fucking idiot, sleepy. No kidding. Whoa, that was a really big yawn, Kichi-kun. I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but it doesn't look like I can do it today. I was watching TV until late last night. So tired right now. Was one of those raunchy TV shows you loved so much on last night? How extremely vile! Don't jump to conclusions. It's perfectly normal for boys. Nothing to be ashamed of. Rika not patting my head only made me feel worse. Could you just let me pass out this lunch break? No, seriously. Ma, you think I would just sit here and allow that? I'll get really angry if you disturb me. Really angry. Accuracy. This is just dreadful. Just so sick. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. It seemed that Sadako had responded, but I pretended not to hear. Cut it out, Sadako-chan. Ichi-kun fell asleep. His sleeping face, so cute. You can take him home later. Let him be for now. Let's move over there. It'd be rude to Geichi if we bothered him now. Rika-chan really is a good girl. Let's not wake him even if the teacher comes back. I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi-san that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Just spending the day like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't happen at all. Made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me? But it was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended up with me, again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this. When was that? I heard he wasn't there the next day. It appears he vanished the night of the Watanagashi. Mion whispered to keep the others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rena's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san? Itake? Not sure. That's all I know. I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit here and pretend I was asleep to listen in on their discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friend's conversation? The guilt stung. So, and me. There are others, right? Too. But they don't know if it's from the curse or if this was an Onikukushi. Onikukushi? To be hidden away by a demon? A mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good. And, there was another, right? Right? If it's Oishiro-sama's... Yeah, but... This year... At all? Grandma and the mayor had talked about it. Seems they talked to the police about it beforehand. They said they'd take care of whatever happens this year without causing a commotion. Then, without us knowing it, someone had... them, you mean? Maybe. Next could me, I wonder. Don't worry. You got home safely. But is not allowed, right? That was a long time ago. Let's stop talking about this. Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term onikakushi. Name of the chapter. To be demoned away by the context it was used in. I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. I suspected that was what it meant because Tomitaka saw it and that woman, it really bugged me that I didn't know her name, vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rena said, "There's another one, right?" Mion also said, "If it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah," responding to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of onikakushi. It seemed that the curse and being demoned away are different things, and they were phenomena that were paired together. I recall Tomitaka sounds terrible, and that wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous and would best be described as cursed. Then the woman with him. You mean she vanished because she was demoned away? What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? Yeah, this one's not too good at that. If I recall correctly, yesterday Oishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. If that were the case, then I would think that I'd be the more likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena. From her composure, I could infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay what I just heard just now to Oishi-san, informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep made me feel terrible. It should. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Good. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. A lot sooner than you think there, kid. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. Teacher approaches. Eiichi-san, you must awaken! In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of the evening classes. Gah! Couldn't sleep at all. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. There's a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Sadako! Guilty without trial. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat, and I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together. God, you're an idiot. Not bad, Sadako! While I was sleeping, you were able to conceal your presence and able to pull off this fine piece of work. The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Sadako. Did you not notice that our teacher has arrived, Keiichi-san? Take your seat. Clomp, clomp, wish, whiff. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead. Keiichi-san is being mean! Hey! Don't pick on the younger kids, Mubarakun! Apologize to her! I saw Sadako stick her tongue out at me. That little brat! Ugh! Come at me, babe! Come on! Me bar could! Yeah, I'll apologize. Sorry, Sadako-san. In any case, I apologized even if it was in a completely insincere tone of voice. Damn her. I'll remember this. Kei-chan, get your revenge at the club meeting. Take your seat. I sat down after Mion told me to. She switched to class representative mode. Wow, my face feels so dry. The boring class is finished. School's finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play it last time because of the leash she's on. Rena and I weren't even able to test our strategy. That's right, today Keiji-kun and I will be victorious. What should we do? We've never played the same game 2 days in a row before. Why not try asking me? Like you? Okay. Mia looked over her shoulder as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up. Oops! I completely forgot. I need to go help my uncle today. Sorry guys, not today. Helping your uncle? Are you a little goody two-shoes? Sorry, really. I really did forget. Well, sorry guys. This old man is heading back home now. Mio left us with that and rushed off to the exit after snatching up her bag. See, Mi-chan, she sometimes goes to help out at her uncle's shop in town. Ah, I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff. She said that she gets paid for it. It's quite a bit of spending money from what I hear. I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there. But that, wouldn't you call that a part-time job? Isn't that against school policy? There's a clause that states family businesses are excluded. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today? So we're done today, I guess. Would it be fine even without the club president? Let's do this. I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games. Ah, here it is, the deduction game from yesterday. Man, I had to stop just as I was getting the hang of it. At the very least, I wanted to repay Sadako for what she did during the afternoon break. I don't mind. But is that fine for Rena-san and Rika? If Keiji-kun wants to so badly, I wouldn't mind playing for a bit. I think it's better if we do it when we have everyone together. She says it like that. I wanted to go shopping if there wasn't a club meeting today. I could buy soy sauce and other things. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Well, I guess it's been a while. I should go treasure hunting. What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. If I kept on trying to push them better, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Ah, well, I'll give up this time. Hey, I was really looking forward to playing it. I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it. At the next opportunity, I shall give you a sound thrashing. The murderer is Sadako. The murder weapon is the pistol. It was you after all! What did you say? Then I'll just... Sadako looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me. The murder is Keiichi, in the lounge with the rope. I don't need no rope. I'll just strangle you like this. Yeah! Keiichi-san is such a beast! Phew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system. Ah, I'll remember this, Keiichi-san! She was used as a plaything for quite a while. How unfortunate. Cute. That's right, Rena. You just fangirl up. Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up those scattered cards. I suddenly paused. You were just the suspect card, but I noticed something strange. Rena, Sadako, Rika, Eiichi, Mion, Satoshi. Satoshi? Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in the class named Satoshi? Couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall. Kiichi-kun, let's hurry and finish cleaning up. Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Sadako and Rika-chan had already headed merrily for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave. Rena? There must be quite a few people who transfer from this school, right? I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Rena made a troubled face and then answered. Yeah, Hinamizawa is a rural town, right? Some people transfer out every now and then. Then is Satoshi another one of those transferees? Sorry, I don't really know. There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate. I'm not saying it to be mean, just last year I transferred in, so maybe I just missed him. So I didn't hear much about him. Sorry. I'm not sure. Sorry. Hers was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. You need to let these things go. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? You don't know what you're dealing with, you bastard. Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Look who's talking! Though I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment, I wondered what kind of face I was making then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance. Kiichi-kun, you're making the scariest face. Why is it? Why? It was probably exactly the kind of face Rena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her. Sorry. I was really looking forward to the club today. I'm just feeling down about it. I ruffled Rena's hair. Let's go home. Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. Oh, you people! What are we gonna do with you? Well, I'm not sure you're gonna do with them, but that's besides the point. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answers to my naive inquiry. Kiichi-kun, are you tired, maybe? Maybe? Rena timidly asked the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made this situation even more unsettling. You think so? Yeah. You seemed to have been a little bit out of it ever since this morning. Maybe a cold? Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. Ha! It may not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Rena continued on, since I didn't give her an answer. It could be that the fatigue from moving has finally caught up to you. It's completely different from where you used to live, after all. Of course you've gotten tired since there's so much you need to get used to and remember. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it has to be. Rena was also like that at first, too. I can tell, you know? You know? I wondered if Rena also experienced a slight bit of alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt. I'd like to hear about when you first came to Hinamizawa. How was it? Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened. It was the same as Kiichi-kun. I didn't know the villagers' names at all. Michan and the rest were all very kind, so I wasn't lonely, but I did still feel a little bit out of place. Rena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries, and good times. So, Sadako got you too? Yeah, it was a thumbtack put on my chair. Poke. Then with that, yeah. It really takes me back. When were you invited into the club? The first day? Nah, there wasn't a club at the beginning. It was formed partway through. One day she said we should stay after and hold a big game tournament. Come to think of it, Mion did say she was the first club president. Now I get it. This is a secret, but Michan used to be really bad at the beginning. She'd never win. Huh? Mion? Really? I can't even imagine that. She had to do most of the penalties that she came up with. Seriously, don't tell. I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that game. Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty. I began making more friends besides Michan after that. But yeah, it might have only been since you moved here that I had felt like I had gotten used to it here. I guess Rena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be considered one of them. I wonder when I'll finally be considered one of them. Huh? Did you say something? No, sorry, just talking to myself. Kichi-kun, you're silly. Rena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke. Hey, Rena. Is there something that everybody is keeping from me? Huh? No, not at all. You're lying, aren't you? Rena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense. What do you mean by that, Keiichi-kun? Her tone was still the same cheery and light-hearted one as before. You are, aren't you? Keeping something from me. After understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. But she came back at me in a way I didn't expect. Well then, Keiichi-kun, aren't you keeping something from us? Huh? Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Rena. With how her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Rena. Aren't you? Lies of secrets. Aren't you? You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitaka-san and how I felt alienated from the group. Even without having to think about it, there were things I knew that I felt guilty about. But I didn't tell everyone what happened with Tomitaka-san to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. Then aren't we even? No, I'm not. No lies, nor secrets. Liar. Her answer was instant, and it shook me. Rena stared as if burrowing through me, watching me like a hawk. Why would you say I'm lying? Didn't you say you were called into the teacher's room yesterday during the club meeting, Keiichi-kun? I know. You didn't go to the teacher's room. I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened. The teacher said you had a guest, didn't she? But you didn't talk at the entrance. You talked inside of the car near the school gate. It's some man we don't know. Rena knew everything. She knew that I was called out by Oishi-san and that I had heard about the incident with Tomitaka-san as well. Did she know all of it? Exactly who was that man? I don't know him. Why did someone you don't know have business with you? I want to know that myself. And what did you talk about? There's nothing to do with you guys. It was a lie. It was a lie. Lies! Rena's scream echoed through the trees, sending frightened birds into the air. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized the person in front of me, she wasn't Rena Ryugu. Then who was it that was standing before me now? Who had assumed Rena Ryugu's appearance? I had held my breath for so long I could feel myself suffocating. Right? And then she made a facial expression that Rena normally might have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Rena's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Then she smirked, as if she was able to see right through me. We also have secrets, just like how Keiji-kun has secrets. It was Rena's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk's. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Rena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing that she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long, empty silence, she finally spoke. Let's go. It's getting chilly. It was Rena again. Smiling at me once more, she started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me, slumped to the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Rena was out of sight. Who was that? I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and ask myself once again, who was that person who looked like Rena Ryugu? Oh, that was Rena! Oh, you shouldn't have lied about it! You shouldn't have lied! You should have just told them! You fucking moron! God damn, you stupid bastard! I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space. Was I terrified from Rena going off on me? No, that's not right. That was someone else who looked like Rena. No, that was Rena! That was Rena when she gets pissed! Then who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that there was someone else, not Rena. So tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head, though those thoughts continued swirling around my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses as I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the steps. Keiichi! It's a call from the bookstore. Bookstore? I didn't think of why they'd be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway. My apologies for calling so late at night. It's me, Oishi of the Okinomiya bookshop. Oishi-san? Oh, it's Oishi-san. Sorry, since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. Puts people off when I say I'm a police officer. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back up to my room on the second floor. Sorry for calling so late. The phone number on the piece of paper I gave you yesterday was the old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you? Yeah, okay. He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up. So, how's it been, son? Did anything strange happen recently? My best friend kinda had a bit of a psychotic break, I guess you could say, and, went from normal, sunny, happy cheeriness to the scariest fucking person you could possibly imagine. Thanks, Oishi! I see. This was the real reason. You really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed. Are you from around here, Oishi-san? Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okinomiya. If he's from around here, he might know. Oishi-san, do you know what this Onikakushi thing is about? I believe that's when somebody suddenly vanishes because they've been abducted by a demon. It's a special saying from around here. It's the same meaning as spirited away like everyone else says. Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked, the older man gave me a direct answer. Maybe a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything. Hinamizawa was... not sure if I should tell you this, Mibara-san. Don't try to play this off. If you're not going to talk to me, then I'm not going to tell you anything. No, that's not what I meant. It's just... it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Hinamizawa was feared as the village where demons reside. Demons? By demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things in hell? More like human-eating monsters. They'd go down to villages, snatching people up and gobbling them down. That kind of tale. Demon snatching people up is what this Onikakushi really means. They said that the curse and being demoned away happened together. What does that mean? I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row. I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years. The curse and being demoned away happened together? First time I've heard of that. Is that how it is, Meibara-san? That's what I want to know. I heard Rena and Mion talking. They said if it really was Oyashiro-sama's curse, then both the curse and demoning away would happen. Oishi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind? Meibara-san, do you know the first incident? The murder by dismemberment. Yeah, one of the 6 perpetrators is still on the run, right? Hypothetically. What if he isn't on the run, but was demoned away? Huh? It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. The police had already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They staked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be, unless the police were completely incompetent. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. Then what about the incident the next year, when the man who supported the project and his wife both died in an accident? Well, actually, it was only the husband who died in an accident. His wife's body never surfaced. Unless we find the body, then it's considered a missing person by law. At the time of the incident, the river below the cliff being Muddy Rapids, the police divers had searched every branch off the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end, they weren't able to find her body. But that's just them not being able to find the body. She's still dead, right? Isn't it different from her being demoned away? We cannot say someone is dead without their body. Until a certain number of years pass by law, she's alive. I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part is reality. How about the 3rd year? The Shinto priest died of illness, and his wife committed suicide. Meibara-san, that's actually the exact same scenario. The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless marsh deep in the forest around Hinamizawa. Meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the marsh. Diver was able to recover from a few remnants, but they weren't able to find her body. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere. I'm not sure if we could call these cases being demoned away. It's just as you said. Every year, one person does go missing. Incident this year. The woman with Tomitake-san has gone missing. But what about the incident with the housewife beaten to death? Who went missing? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right? Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotics abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But, well, you see, after he was arrested, a child from the victim's home went missing. It's still under investigation as to whether his appearance had anything to do with the crime. But you said you caught him, right? Did he have an accomplice? No idea. It's considered a separate case. Moreover, we can't even check now. Because, well, under investigation, that man, he died in his holding cell. He swallowed a spork and choked to death. Swallowed a spork? It's not known whether it was an accident or suicide. Meaning for the last 5 years, there's always one person who dies and one who goes missing. That's about right. No, actually, I'm surprised as well. I never realized that they had that in common. I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing of those incidents. It's just something they had in common. Could it be that those demoned away have something in common? Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events. First year was the dam employee. Second year was the wife of the dam project supporter. third year was the wife of the Shinto priest, fourth year was the victim's family's child, and fifth year was the victim's girlfriend, I guess. It doesn't seem like there was anything that connects them. With the exception of the first year, wives and girlfriends, those do stand out. It does seem like there are a lot. Then that means the fourth year's victim's child was different. It really stood out if it were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomotake-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly. Child that went missing in the fourth year, who were they? Apparently he was quite mature, 1 year older than you. His name was Satoshi Hojo-san. Huh? Satoshi? I remembered that name. They didn't tell me Satoshi. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year? He was at your school up until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him? To think of it, I transferred in. I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. Then where I sat once belonged to the one who was demoned away. It was his seat? I recalled the cold sensation that came from that desk. It made my hair stand on end. The string of mysterious deaths? No, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew how it connected to me. A chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it, and I was scared. That's why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man and not the work of a curse, but the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. I kept digging. Eventually, I'd reached the point where I'd learned something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or to seek the answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Ignorance is bliss! Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution could only be delayed for 1 year. That was when I remembered. Rena. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse. You mean Rena Ryuga-san? She transferred in the last year and she's your classmate, isn't she? These incidents really might be a bit disturbing for a girl. She's not just scared, is she? It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it. It felt like she was convinced. It was as if, you could say she was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor, with someone who looked like Rena but wasn't Rena, that might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Rena today came back to me. I see. And I'll be doing a bit of investigating on this end. Please, continue your observations of Ryuga-san, Mibara-san. Are you asking me to keep Rena under surveillance? That's not what I meant, Mibara-san. I just want you to watch out for your friend so she doesn't end up the next victim. At that moment, just as my mouth was agape because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with words... Knock, knock. A sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver. Keiichi, get the door, please. On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late. Sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for tonight? Yeah, my apologies for calling so late. If you find out anything else, please let me know. I'll tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well then, have a pleasant evening. Keiichi, hurry and open up. Daddy's got his hands full. What is Dad doing? I'd stayed in the same position on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On the tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea. Fairly fancy spread for our household. There's even sugar and lemon slices on the side. Everything you could ask for. This is quite the show of hospitality. What's going on, Dad? What's all this for? Come on! Come now, don't play around, Keiichi. I'm coming in. Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face, but for my entire life, I've never seen him act this hospitable. What got into him? So, what were you talking about? I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father. But I really explained to him I was talking to a detective, I'm assuming he is, this late at night. Nothing much, just a friend. I don't mean the phone. She was here, wasn't she? Rena-chan. She wasn't here. Come now, don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. You two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea. It looks like I just missed her. I had no idea what Dad was talking about. A cold sweat dripped down my back. How long were we talking? Rena-chan went upstairs about half after, so it was close to an hour, I guess. You saw her come up to the second floor? Yeah, I did. I also told her that your room was the door down the hall up the stairs. Rena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the second floor. Probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation with Higurashi-san. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside and told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. She passed my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left. She had come upstairs and about an hour passed, then passed by my dad and returned home. And after she came upstairs, until she left, where was Rena? There was only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Rena had, for about an hour, in the hall. No. She couldn't have been standing in front of the door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything being said inside. All the ominous things and all the nonsense I spoke to Rishi-san about began rushing through my head. Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again. Mom yelled at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the doorway where Rena might have stood all that time. Just now, as I was talking to Higurashi-san, with my back turned, Rena was standing a mere 6 feet away the whole time. At that time, in this dimly lit doorway, what did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the two teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room. Ah, you fuck! Ah! You fucking idiot! God damn, dude! Notice from the police chief. Lies! I got a trophy, an achievement. God damn it! Keiichi! Ah! July 1st, 1982. Departments 1 through 12. Prefectural Police Headquarters. Director General. To the Chief Constable and all facility managers. Regarding cases situated in the Hinamizawa village. Notice. As cases in Shishibane City, Hinamizawa village, have been reported by certain sections of mass media, it has drawn global attention, causing serious repercussions for the local residents. It's become a very serious situation. Read faster. Designate the following criminal investigations as classified. Okinamiya Station, 1982, case number. Hinamizawa Village housewife murder, dated June. Okinamiya Station, 1982, case. Hinamizawa Village student disappearance, dated June. Whatever. Non-disclosure of information. Okinamiya Station 1979, case number whatever. Hinamizawa Village site foreman murder, dated June, who the hell cares? Shiver Station 1980, case number whatever. Shira National Park falling incident, dated June, whatever, Okinamiya Station, 1981, case number, blah. Hinamizawa Village Shinto priest wife's disappearance, June, you get it. Requesting self-restraint for a niche organization considering the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference materials 1, 2, and 3. Management, prefecture, police, headquarters, internal line, you know the number. Police Affairs Department, you know. Oh, God! I want to say something, but I can't because it ruins the rest of them, and I do plan on playing the rest of them when they do come out, whenever the hell they do. This is still the only one. It was released a couple weeks ago, so I'll give it a month or two. But yeah, it's just like, oh, Keiichi, you fucking idiot! God damn, dude, seriously. It would be so much more effective if you just told them, trust your friends, okay? Trust them. Oh, God. Oh, this makes it so much worse because they give, like, in the anime, they show all this and stuff. Well, not all of this. There are certain parts that they cut out, like a lot of the happy-go-lucky fun games times stuff. But they show a lot of this stuff. Anyone who's seen the anime knows that they do show, like, you do find out that Rena was standing outside his door, but it's just like, the way, you know, hearing it described, it's just so much, it has so much more impact. I love it. Oh, this God is so much better than the anime. So much better. Oh, I'm loving every minute of it. And hopefully you are too. If you did enjoy this episode, go ahead and leave a like or subscribe. Or just share with a friend so they can enjoy it too. That's all. That'd be cool. If you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. Leave a comment down below for anything you would like to see me play, do, or draw, you know, whatever. I'm open to all sorts of suggestions and whatnot. So, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Later.